Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Reality TV Africa. And guys, I'm back with the last review for Nairich Season 1, Episode 13. But before I get into the episode, I want you guys to, help me out here. Comment, subscribe, share, like, so the algorithm can push out this content and more guys can come on my page and we can have a community where we talk about reality TV shows that we are watching in Africa. Because I'm all about the African reality TV, world. But guys, I'm happy to be back with a review. And today is Friday. I'm shooting this on the day I've watched the episode, the day it dropped. I'm not late today. Thank gosh, thank God, thank goodness, thank everything. But guys, let's get into the episode. I mean, how I want to do this recap is more in terms of highlighting the things that stood out to me, not really scene by scene. I mean, I'll try and do scene and then what stood out, scene and then what stood out. So the first scene was Rispa's photo shoot. She goes with her sister friend. She calls her sister, but I guess they're friends. I don't think they're like blood relatives unless they can clarify that, but they go for a photo shoot. Rispa wants to show off her body. And look, Rispa is all about vanity. She's all about aesthetic. To me, it feels like, I don't know, she needs to figure herself out over and above going for surgeries, because it's an indicative of deeper stuff. I mean, the girl right now is doing hair plugs. Like, where does it start? Where does it end? Anyways, what also was very clear to me is the friendship dynamics in the group. Can you believe it only hit me right now on episode 13 that these three women, the connector is Foina. Foina is the centerpiece, and then she's friends with Amber and she's friends with Rispa, which brings me back to realization that that's why Rispa is hell-bent on keeping things kosher and keeping things cool with Foina and doesn't care much about Amber and building a friendship or being cool with her, or if they've fallen out, she's not quick to hey girl, let's work it out. No, she's not quick to do that, not with Amber anyways, and very quick with the shade. But Rispa will shade anyone and everyone. I mean, she shaded Foina, she shaded Amber, she shaded her friend Fifi, the makeup. I mean, we've seen her do her thing. So Anyway, another thing that I realized is this particular episode was shot very recently. Let me tell you why I believe that. So, if you look at the timeline, end of August was the premiere launch party. Showmax hosted that. Showmax, thank you for the invite. I attended that and I got to meet the ladies. They gave me shout outs, which are up on both my other pages, TikTok and Instagram. I should post those shout outs on my ex account, by the way. I'll do just that. And that was the premiere party, 30th August, and then mid-September, Foina and Rispa went to South Africa, and I'll talk more about that trip and things that surrounded it. And then early November, the spa that I guess Rispa owns and Foina doesn't think she does was launched beginning of November. I want to say the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, around then, early November. So these things were all footage as shown on the episode, this last episode. And Foina did mention she even gave chronologically, we went to South Africa and then we launched the spa. She's talking about this, right? So these are things that are clearly very recent. Today is 22nd Friday, November. So we're still in November. So this episode was shot very, very recently. And I want to say maybe in the last week and a half or so. The ladies have watched all the episodes that have aired. They've watched them, and it's the reason why even at that last scene, even I think at the gun the range where they went with Foina and Rispa, where they went to do the pow pow pow. Yeah, I know YouTube is sensitive like that about some words. The tension between the two was there. Even Foina and Rispa are both saying they're not in the best of places. But what I hated about that bit was, why did production cut that scene so? Like, I would have loved to see Foina and Rispa have a conversation. Like, girl, what was that at your house? Like, Rispa asking her, why did you own up to the fact that you also shaded Amber? And Foina asking Rispa, girl, like, why was your friend there coming for Amber, coming for me? Like, I don't want to have that girl around, and I've told you that before. Like, there was none of that. It just, they went there, did the activities, finished. So I want to say the editing on this show in some scenes was not too well done. I mean, we had a lot of missing pieces. And Foina did call that out in the confessionals on this episode. She said, no, she said it, I think, even to Amber when they were having their sit down with at the last scene. She like, it was a lot of editing done. But girl, you did say what you said, and Amber saw what you said. So those things you said, but the editing obviously is questionable in terms of piecing the story together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there was a scene for the Power Range, and then I think the next scene was the sit down, and we see Amber pulling up to the scene with her mans, and you know they're talking right before she goes into the restaurant, and she's just telling him, look, baby, I'm not wearing the ring. I don't feel like I want to wear it. We've been engaged too long, and it's time we formalize this thing. And I mean, last episode he was telling her family and her how they're planning to do the traditional wedding. So I don't know, maybe she's just being fussy, but she didn't make it like a fight. You know, she wasn't telling him, no, it's okay. You know, she was so demure about it. I'm like, girl, she's so demure. Like, I'm not gonna wear the ring. Take your time, babe. Just take your time. You know, let's let things flow. And I'm just like, girl, the fact that you're not looking or seeming pressed to be married, but putting the pressure, I don't know. That was very tactful. That was very. She did it very well, I say. Anyway, she goes in with her friend Maureen. I guess she waited for her friend Maureen to pull up. They got in, sat down, and Foina joins them. And Foina joins them, and she's like, "Girls, I talked to Rispa earlier, and she didn't seem to. It didn't seem like she was really going to show up." Foina mentions that she also invited Fifi. I think that was a requirement by production, because this last scene felt like it felt like since they're not having a reunion, they're gonna have a last situation where they're gonna address everything that they've watched, all the shade that everyone has thrown towards the other. And even the way Foina pulled up, dress was like so reunion, like so glam. So even the makeup, the dress. Amber, on the other hand, looked business casual. I mean, she looks pretty, makeup done, but no, she didn't make a fuss out of the outfit. She looked neat, she looked good, she looked classy, stylish, but not like vava voom, you know, like Foina. Anyway, the girls got into it. Amber came ready to address things. She wanted to address Rispa and went in on Rispa in her absence, because Rispa in the end did not show up. Rispa and Fifi did not show up. Now, it feels to me like there's a bit of issues also with Rispa and Fifi, because if they were cool, I think they would have shown up as a united front. You feel me? I think those two are not in the best of terms, and it was evident even at the scene where they were launching the spa. Fifi was telling Rispa, look, we haven't talked in 3 months. Why? Because you took Foina for our trip. It was meant to be my birthday trip. You took Foina, you cut the deal, and that wasn't cool. So they're clearly not on the best of terms. Though she pulled up and celebrated her, but there's tension. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Rispa can't trust that she'll pull up and have her back, because right now they're not cool, they're on shaky grounds. They hadn't talked for 3 months. So yeah, I mean, Rispa didn't pull up, Fifi didn't pull up. But Amber put Foina on blast. She's like, girl, I saw you were also talking about me. And what is Foina's response? Girl, am I supposed to keep quiet when others are talking about you? I'm going to also chip in. Okay, fine. But it just shows you the kind of friend who is not loyal. And look, at the end of the day, Foina is only loyal to herself and her bag, honey. What's in her bag? Her money. Which is why she accepted to go to South Africa. Because I'm sure she was going to get paid for that for that gig. And Rispa, like Foina said, wants to... What was the word Foina said? She said she was being... let me check out my notes. Foina felt like overcompensating, that Rispa was overcompensating by taking her to South Africa, doing the most, taking her shopping, getting her this deal. At the end of the day, Rispa wants to be associated with Foina. Foina is a big name, she's a big brand. That's who her friend is, but are these people really friends? I wonder what Rispa is thinking after watching this episode, because one thing you shouldn't do is not pull up to a scene where Foina and anyone are shading you, because they will shade you boots down, honey. I mean, Amber did not come to play. The amount of bullets that were being shot at Brian, her home, how her home is run down. Foina was talking about production, not showing the real side of that home that is looking not well maintained. That Brian doesn't have no money, and Rispa is body shaming them and all that. Like, a lot was said. I mean, whoa. I wonder how that would have gone if Rispa showed up, because Rispa had the most to answer for at the end of the day, because she is a confessional gangster. She's not a face-to-face gangster. She wouldn't do it face-to-face. And that's why I think Foina was feeling like Fifi was being used as a mouthpiece to shade them on behalf of Rispa, because Fifi is Rispa's friend. Maybe these conversations they usually have with Rispa, and she tells her the real tea of how she feels about these girls. And Fifi is fearless. She'll come and say what she says. And, Rispa wants to show a good face and will not, ruffle feathers. She'll not talk mess. She'll play nice. And Foina read her. But Amber has also read Foina. And in as much as Amber felt or thought Foina was her friend, now she's rethinking things. Even by the end of that episode, she was like... Anyway, at the end of the day will end. The show has wrapped. We didn't get a reunion. Very thoroughly disappointing, because then we'd have had the ladies would have had to show up. They would not have a choice. Rispa would have had to show up. Fifi would have had to show up. There'd be a mediator asking questions, fans' tweets perhaps, and reactions. We'd have had a very wholesome situation. But I don't know, maybe season 2 will have a reunion. Maybe season 1 didn't have the budget for it. But would you guys like to see a season 2 of this show? KRG, the Don, gone. The Don is gone, baby. Not to be seen since episode 6. Maybe he figured, this show, these ladies are dramatic. I don't want to be part of a cast with women. Maybe he felt like, but it would have been a nice mix where they'd have brought more guys, like other guy celebs to bring that ensemble cast to be co-ed, Maybe he'd have stayed then. The hubbies were not making too much of appearances, so maybe he felt, maybe, I don't know. He did not even show up for the premiere launch party, so yeah. Who would I like to see them all back? Yes, I'll say yes, only because they haven't finished and loose ends to tie up and to address, with the Rispa going AWOL and all that. I'd like to see maybe a few more characters, the B characters, get more airtime, like Amber's manager, because like I said, Amber alone is, unless she comes with a hit the way she came in this last scene, on her own she's very, laid back, she's not confrontational, she's very, even keeled. B characters like her sister, her brother, her manager, and then Rispa and Fifi, if they still friends, they come back with a few more B characters on her camp. And for Ina, we want to see Brian, her friend, who she says is her best friend, more of him, maybe other people, her PA, maybe Brian and the PA, and Johnny the hairdresser having scenes together. I don't know, guys, just my thoughts, to make the show more wholesome, more depth, have more layers. But yeah, I mean, I like the fact that the episodes were short and sweet and an easy watch. Guys, do you guys think they should come back and should be a season 2? Chime in, let me know in the comments. And yeah, follow me on my other social medias, they're linked down below, and we'll catch you on my next review. I'm gonna definitely tell you what shows I'm gonna be watching. Just look out for them, because I'm gonna be here on YouTube keeping up with the African reality TV shows. So for now, I would like to wish you a good evening, good day, good night, good week, good weekend, depending on the day and time you're watching my review. So with that, I'll say bye.